Welcome to the Cork and Benny show.
Sorry, I can't hear you in your old age.
Stop talking about my age. I'm fine about it. This is not how every podcast is started for the year.
How was your trip away with the girls there that you're going to have in the future?
It's so confusing trying to get podcasts lined up to have them ready to go out in the summer. It's tricky because you're trying to be like relevant in the conversation you're having, but you're like, when is this one going out? What month is it? Is it going to be June? Is it May? What's happening? Yeah, I had a lovely weekend away and we went to Clare. We stayed in Spanish Point.
It was a good spot.
It was a great spot. We've done a couple of weddings there now.
Great
Place for a wedding, but
the
bit
lads
far away.
Up the sand dune.
Yeah, that was a bit of fun. But yeah, no, great spot. We did a bit of hiking. We swam in the sea. Yeah, we had some food when we came away. It was lovely.
Can't believe that thing happened though.
I know, me too. Yeah, it was memorable.
I know you're in the middle of painting and I'm slagging you in the future about the ridiculousness of what you got up to in Spanish Point.
Right.
So very quickly, do you want to tell them the silliness that you got up to in Spanish Point?
What, the part where we parked the car and we had two cars, parked them in two different places.
Gone to Cliffs of Moher.
Yeah, thinking we could walk from one part of Cliffs of Moher back to the other. And we accidentally parked the first car 7 kilometres away from the end point. So really long story short, we hijacked a poor Ukrainian man's car who did not speak English.
He couldn't speak English and he commandeered his car.
We did. We got in before he knew what was going on. And he gave us it was like hitchhiking to a weird extent. But he drove us back to our car. He did.
Well, he had no choice.
He really had no choice.
Well, Spanish Point is a great place for photographs.
It is actually a great place for photographs.
The weather is.
The problem with there though is that like you're if you go to Dublin or you go to Spanish Point places, like you're so close to the likes of the Cliffs of Moher, but you're also just not close enough.
There's a rare wedding that can actually go to Cliffs of Moher without actually kind of having
to like you'd really want to go early on the ceremony time.
Yeah, it's something that it's like a different day shoot rather than the wedding day shoot, unless it is close. Although a lot of elopements, they go out there and kind of have their little mini ceremony out there. Oh
yeah, there's loads. Yeah, we always get asked, will we go up? And I'm like, do you know where I live? I'm not going up there for an hour. It's too far away.
Can you come for 2 hours, please?
1 hour once. I was asked to go up to the Cliffs of Moher for 1 hour. Yeah. I was like, listen, but sure, like my whole day be gone. And it was a Saturday. And I was like, I've another wedding to be at. Sorry now. But yeah, no, lots of people do elopements and ceremonies and stuff out on the cliffs. Stunning.
Yeah.
Like if you get the weather at all, my goodness. Or even if you don't get the weather, because those really dramatic photographs out on the cliffs.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Janusz will be sending you out in the rain.
I know. I was going to say, speaking of dramatic photographs.
Yeah.
Janusz.
Free talk for Justina. I'll help you out there, Laura.
No, the problem is, right?
I was winding Laura up.
Winding me up,
telling her the wrong names.
Yeah,
but I've been calling Laura tells the bands the wrong name
for like years, and he's been so polite that he isn't going to correct my pronunciation of his name, and then
I was winding up.
Oh, very peepy. You were winding me up and confusing the names in my head, which is really terrible. But yeah, Janusz T Photography came in and they chatted everything fun. It's so nice to chat to other photographers though, because we just don't get to see them. We really don't. It's kind of like, well, if we go to a wedding and there's a photographer there, there's a problem. Why are we both here?
Being a photographer, we have met photographers as guests or something.
Oh yeah, no, but if they're there with all their gear also hired, there's like 2 sets of photographers there, then yeah, it's different. Who did I meet the last day at a wedding? Can't even remember now at this point. David Vaughan was at a wedding.
I was going to wind you up there for a while because you're amazing. No. You're so good at names and so terrible at times.
Yeah, no. I meet too many people. There's too much things in my head. But yeah, no, that's the only way we'd actually meet a photographer at a wedding is if they're guests. And it's kind of a case of we don't get to talk too much because they know themselves because you just don't have time to be having the chats. So they're trying to time the chats with you coming over, mid-drink reception, going, I know you're busy, but how's it going? That kind of thing. I get to be a guest today. It's very exciting. And it is very exciting to be a guest at a wedding. But yeah, no, we were chatting everything wedding photography, which is nice that we're actually just talking about what we do, what they do. But I wanted to get them to come in though, because there's not many husband and wife teams. Well, there is husband and wife teams out there, but that we're familiar with, that we know personally kind of thing. Nice guys. Good for the chats, good for the laughs.
And what I was thinking was, I was saying that to the lads, that was there's so many similarities, but there's so many differences, and it's okay that there's differences because we all have a different approach.
Yeah.
But I didn't get a chance to say it to the lads, but so do you remember we went to the cinema and did the popcorn shoot? Or the popcorn shoot, I mean, we did the cinema shoot.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Do you remember that time we went to cinema? We go to cinema like twice a week. Sorry,
No,
which time, Benny?
with the couple.
Oh, yeah.
We did photographs in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were really kind of we were playing with popcorn, put it this way. We went to town and we got permission.
Didn't wreck the place.
We got permission and then we wrecked the place.
We did wreck the place. They did tell us it was alright though. The cinema was closing down. It's gone now. So we figured, why not?
So, Janusz had photographs where they luckily got to go to the cinema, which was brilliant.
Oh, very good.
But being a photographer, you can tell, like, by the way people were kind of throwing the popcorn, that they probably didn't get permission to wreck the place, or they
were neatly dropping it.
In their personality of politeness,
yeah.
they probably didn't be as bold as we were.
Well, we asked. And they were like,
but he did an excellent job of putting popcorn into the photograph for the couple.
Yes.
But it was pretty cool. But I just thought that was... so if you want to destroy a cinema with popcorn, hire us. But if you want to be polite...
Oh my God, that's true. We are polite. I couldn't be more polite about things.
Not to be polite in our approach.
Listen, my approach to life is ask for forgiveness, not permission.
Cheeky and bold.
In certain situations.
Right.
If it's, genuine, I'm like, no, don't do that. That's not nice, right? You can't be doing that now. Let's find a way around this. But if there's been rules thrown out there for the sake of rules and it's not doing anyone any harm.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't snuck in confetti cannons to venues. That's never happened. I know nothing about it. I didn't know what was going to happen. Like these things, sometimes things happen and we ask them and they give us no information. Didn't come out of the back of my car. Absolutely not.
Terrible.
No.
Shocking.
It's fine. But you know what though? We should try and do a wedding. Speaking of wedding photographers around the world, we should go to Valencia to do a wedding because we were in Valencia for a few days off, and we were there on a Saturday, and there was loads, there just happened to be loads of weddings happening around the city, which was really cool. So we were
definitely two, maybe three. Yeah. I think we
saw
three couples. One of them we just saw on the photo shoot. We saw two ceremony exits.
Yeah, because all the churches are kind of like in the streets as you're passing. It's very different to Ireland. And because when the first one we bumped into, and this man literally sniffed a wedding out, and he swore to God I'd never been to one, the way you were chasing around the place wanting to see what was going on. But
no, there was a bit of crack because we saw an elderly couple. Clearly, I was like, they're going to a wedding, and you were like, what makes you think they're going to a wedding?
Yeah, but then you wanted to follow them across the city.
I was like, they're going to the church that we're going to, and they're going to the church,
but
and they were going around the corner.
Yeah.
And say, come on, we crack. And then the typical, the husband with the children who was told, obviously, go to a circle and get rid of those kids. Yeah.
Some things in all countries don't change.
So it kind of just escalated to,
But we saw them laying out these long pieces of brown, they look like sticks all connected, and we were like, I wonder what that's about. So then we were like, but it's before the ceremony, so it'll be ages, let's just go on with our lives. And then we kind of managed to round a corner, and again, completely different wedding, but here was the same, all around the ground.
Tiny square.
And in a tiny square, and the church was right there, and they were inside doing photographs because there was people coming out screaming for people to go in for photographs. I was like, yes, things never change, people are missing. And there was just a few lads, and they were really casual. They were like, oh yeah, fireworks. Because we were like, what's this? And they were like, fireworks.
Yeah, they were calling it fireworks.
Fireworks. And we were like, fireworks in the square. And they were like, yeah, fireworks. So we were like, right, we have to stay and see what this is about. And they were really kind of like, everyone don't stand in them. That's what they were mostly worried about. Don't stand in them, don't walk over it, because they made this big circle. And they were kind of like half telling people, just stand back a little bit. Yeah, stand back a bit.
But then he gave the signal to light it, and then they were really like, no, everybody seriously stand back.
I still have ringing in my ears. It was literally like gunfire. It was absolutely ridiculous.
It was bangers, but because it was in such a closed
but all the buildings around them.
The echo back was just...
I was like, in Ireland, on the subject of asking for forgiveness, not permission. We're the majority of places won't let you throw confetti that's even in the form of a dried flower that will blow away in the wind. Yeah. These lads were throwing confetti all over the place and setting off bangers around tourists. Yeah, it was no rules at all in Valencia, so we need to go there.
You can't get smoke bombs even in Ireland because they are illegal. Yeah. They're deemed as explosives. And so these guys, they were like, do you have this in Ireland?
We were like, no, we're not even allowed to throw confetti. And they were like, what? But yeah, no, that just popped into my head. That happened. There you go now. So yeah, so maybe somebody will want to do these crazy banger things, but to be honest with you lads, you'd need earplugs. It's not. It was like a gunfire salute to them coming out of the.
It was. I think
if I hadn't seen what was going on, we were on the other side of the square. I would have been like, "Run for cover! We're going to die."
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
It was a bit dramatic.
I think if you're going to do it, you have to kind of like it is kind of it's time it to the announcement, and you can kind of see like if there was a procession or a guard of honour and
they
this
came
was
out the
going
door
off
and
the
everyone was
bang,
applauding.
bang, 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 bang. But this was just like so
But
much
it couldn't be
noise.
anywhere in closer to them because we were deafened and they were fine. Yeah. But sorry, I just thought of that when you were talking about popcorn throwing and confetti and, you know, politely asking for permission to do things.
I say Valencia, actually the futuristic city as well as all the old town, I say it's really cool for photographs.
Oh, that art
Wedding
place.
photographs.
Yeah, that would be so cool because it was really, really cool shapes and light and stuff in the water and all the reflections. Oh, gee, neat things you could do, Benny. I mean, you did some great Instagram posts over in, or poses over in, the amount of people going around just like with their poor partner or mother or someone, just doing pose after pose after pose after pose for the Instagram posts. So we decided we'd take our own spin on it. I thought yours were better, to be honest.
I thought so,
you put them all to shame. I mean, it was when you ran into the building, that was my favourite.
That was it, just run flat into the building. Just but it's so funny, like it's such a meme now with the kind of the Instagrammers or the people doing the photograph for their social media type thing. Just as I was about to like do a jokey one in the archway and kind of said it to you and was just about to do the action, and then right beside me was the couple and they were all like
I know. Yeah.
So wedding photos.
Yeah. But no, it was really nice to chat it out. And it's nice as well to chat to people and kind of like, you know, we all have the same ideas when it comes to timing and how things work and, you know, the best. And like, in fairness, the lads, they kind of have the same kind of ideas also when it comes to like, they're interested in what the couple wants rather than just going in day to day and doing the same thing. As in like, well, do you know, how much time do you want in your drinks reception? Very important. How much time do we have to do this? What type of thing do you like? Where do you want to go? Like, what are you into? So they're the same as ourselves. They're
very
up for a
personal.
challenge.
They're about the couple. They're not just about their photos.
Exactly, yeah. And they don't want to do the same as us. They don't want to do the same day over and over. No one wants to go to the same park and stand in front of the same tree.
They're happy to allow you to have your day rather than boxing you into their approach.
Yeah, but it makes it interesting, Benny. It does now.
Yeah.
It does. It makes it very interesting. Is there anything else that you want? I don't want... You see, I'm afraid if I talk too much in this one, right? Because we are photographers.
Right.
This could get us straight into another podcast. And you could bring up a subject and I could just get, like, you know me now, I'll get, like, a dog with a bone and I'll just go off in one.
That's it. No, careful now.
Careful now.
Yeah.
Don't mention
we'll
too
save
much.
that one for the end of the year.
I know. Don't now. Don't.